And bang! What is up, our Dunkin' Donuts #1 fans and viewers? Scott Casey Gale here, back with yet another recap and review. This time of Scream 3, the 2000 slasher sequel to the 1996 and 1997 hit Scream 1 and 2. And in my opinion, my honest opinion, I thought this was a very underrated sequel. And I'm going to explain why I thought it was very underrated after I recap and review it. Okay, let's begin, shall we? Stars Neve Campbell, David Arquette, and Courtney Cox Arquette are back for more in the chilling third chapter of this phenomenally popular and frightfully entertaining series. While Sidney Prescott lives in a safely guarded seclusion, bodies begin dropping around the Hollywood set of Stab 3. The latest movie sequel based on the gruesome Woodsboro killings and when the escalating terror finally brings her out of hiding, Sidney and the other Woodsboro survivors are once again drawn into an insidious game of horror movie mayhem. But just when they thought they knew how to play by the rules, they discover that all the rules have been broken. Featuring hot newcomers Parker Posey and Jenny McCarthy in another stellar ensemble cast. Scream 3 offers an unmatched mix of thrills, laughter, and suspense. Okay, here we go. Scream 3 is a 2000 American slash film directed by Wes Craven and written by Evan Kruger. It also stars David Arquette, Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, Patrick Dempsey, Scott Foley, Lance Henriksen, Matt Kessler, Jenny McCarthy, Emily Mortimer, Parker Posey, Dean Richmond, and Patrick Warburton. Released as the third installment of the Scream franchise, it was originally the concluding chapter of the series until the franchise was revived in 2011 with a sequel, Scream 4. The film takes place 3 years after the previous film and follows Sidney Prescott, who has gone into hiding in a self-imposed isolation following the events of the previous two films, but is drawn to Hollywood after a new Ghostface begins killing the cast of the film within the film Stab 3. Scream 3 combines the violence of the slasher genre with comedy and whodunit mystery, satirizing the cliché of film trilogies. Unlike the previous Scream films, there was an increased emphasis on comedic elements in this installment, and the violence and horror were reduced in response to increased public scrutiny about violence in media, following the Colombian high school massacre. Scream screenwriter Kevin Williamson provided a 5-page outline for 2 sequels to Scream when auctioning his original script, hoping to entice bidders with the potential of buying a franchise. Williamson's commitments to other projects meant he was unable to develop a complete script for Scream 3. So writing duties were undertaken by Kruger, who discarded many of Williamson's notes. Craven and Marco Paccioni returned to direct and score the film, respectively. Production was troubled with the script rewrites, occasions when pages were only ready on the day of filming, and scheduling difficulties within the main cast. Principal photography took place from July to September 1999, and the ending was refilmed in January 2000. Scream 3 premiered on February 3rd, 2000 in Westwood, California, and was released in cinemas the following day, grossing $106.8 million worldwide on a budget of $40 million compared to the first two films, 79% and 82% respectively. Scream 3 has an approval rating of 39% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I disagree with because this, like I said, to me, like I said, I thought this is a very underrated sequel. Now let's begin with the recap. Cotton Weary, now living in Los Angeles and the host of a successful talk television show 100% Cotton, is contacted by Ghostface, who demands to know the whereabouts of Sidney Prescott. Cotton refuses to cooperate, and when Ghostface comes to his home, Cotton and his girlfriend Christine are murdered. Detective Mark Kincaid contacts Gail Weathers to discuss the murders, prompting her to travel to Hollywood, where she finds Dewey Riley working as an advisor on the set of Stab 3, the third film in the series based on the Ghostface murders. Using a voice changer as a ruse, Ghostface kills stab-free actress Sarah Darling. Sydney, now 22, is living in a seclusion as a crisis counselor for an abused women's hotline, fearing that another killer may strike. Having discovered Sydney's location, the killer begins taunting her by phone, forcing her out of hiding and drawing her to Hollywood. As the remaining stab-free cast, along with Dewey and Gale, gather at the home of Jennifer Jody, Ghostface murders her bodyguard and uses a gas leak to cause an explosion, killing fellow actor Tom Prince in the process. Martha Meeks, the sister of Cindy's friend Wendy, who was murdered while Cindy was in college, visits Cindy and the others to drop off a videotape of Wendy made before his death, persistently warning him that the rules of a horror film do not apply to anyone in the third and final film of a horror trilogy, and that any of them, including the main character Cindy, could die. Dewey, Gale, and Jennifer from the remaining stab-free cast, Angelina and Tyson, attend a birthday party for stab-free's director Roman Bridger. When Ghostface strikes, Gale discovers Woman's dead body in the basement. Angelina now wanders off alone before she is also murdered. Tyson attempts to fight Ghostface, but the killer manages to throw him off the balcony to his death. Jennifer tries to escape through a secret passage, but Ghostface kills her as well. The killer then orders Cindy to the mansion to save Gale and Dewey, who are being held hostage. When she arrives, Ghostface forces Cindy to abandon her firearm and lures her inside, where Gale and Dewey are bound and gagged with duct tape. As Cindy is untying them, Ghostface appears though Cindy gains the upper hand by hand using a second hidden gun to fire them off. Detective Kincaid shows up but is knocked unconscious by Ghostface. Cindy flees and hides in a secret screening room where she encounters Ghostface. He reveals himself as Roman, having faked his death and survived being shot due to a bulletproof vest. Roman admits to being Cindy's half-brother, born to their mother Maureen Prescott. When she was an actress in Hollywood 4 years ago, he had unsuccessfully tried reuniting with her. Bitter over the rejection, Roman would film all the men she philandered with. He showed the late Billy Loomis, footage of his father with Maureen, which motivated him to kill her, thus setting up the string of murders in Cindy's hometown and at a college. However, when he discovered how much fame Cindy had attracted due to those events, Roman snapped and lured Cindy out of hiding. Roman then tells Cindy of his plan to frame her for the murders. Before killing star producer John Milton, and Cindy fiercely tells Roman that he is responsible for all the events that have occurred. A fight ensues between Cindy and Roman, which ends when Roman shoots Cindy in the chest. Cindy disappears, only to reappear and stab Roman in the back and chest. As he lies bleeding, Cindy shows him that she too was wearing a bulletproof vest. Dewey and Gale arrive when Roman suddenly resurfaces with a knife, unaware of his bulletproof vest. Dewey shoots him, but Cindy yells at him to shoot Roman in the head, which Dewey does, finally killing him. Sometime after at Cindy's house, Dewey proposes to Gale, who accepts. Cindy returns from a walk with her dog and leaves her gates, which were previously shown to be alarmed, open. She enters her home and is invited to join Dewey, Gale, and Detective Kincaid to watch a movie. As she goes to join the others, her front door blows open behind her, but she walks away, leaving it as is, finally confident that the murders are over. And I would give Scream 3 a solid 9 out of 10, 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, and 8 triple plus. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this. I like how Dewey Wiley gave Gale a copy of the Woods book, Murders, a book that she wrote only to reveal that it was an engagement ring proposed to her, and she finally accepted. That was the absolute perfect way for Dewey to propose to her. And I like that. I mean, yes, Dewey was once again mad at Gale, like he wasn't in Scream 2. The reason why Dewey was mad at Gale in Scream 2 before he reunited with her is because how she disrespected her in the Woodsboro Murders book, and that's why Dewey hated the book. But in this one, the reason why he was upset with her this time is because Gale read chose fame over visiting Dewey in the hospital while he was recuperating from his stab wounds from the second film. But like I said, I mean, this is a very I think why some people didn't like it is because Kevin Williamson wasn't involved and there was a lot of script changes. But I love this. I really enjoyed this. I thought this was in my opinion, I thought this was a very underappreciated, underrated sequel. I don't think it got enough appreciation, credit, and respect as it deserved because this was very well written. I mean, see the thing about the Scream franchise is they stay true to the characters. They stay true to the original. And the late Wes Craven really did a good job directing the four Scream franchises. But like I said, I mean, everything is on point with this movie. The acting is on point. The characters in this film are likable. There may be some annoying characters, but annoying in an entertaining way. I mean, I really like how we saw the ghost of Sidney's mother, Maureen Prescott. I liked that. I mean, I like how Dewey once again survived. I mean, I like how when Ghostface threw the knife at Dewey, the back of the knife hit Dewey. But because if it was the blade, then it would have ultimately killed him. But which I'm glad it didn't. So I was glad it was the back of the knife that hit Dewey. And I think Lance Henriksen was good as John Milton. He did a good job. Lance Henriksen is a good actor. Scott Foley did a very good job as Roman Bridger. So I mean, like I said, I mean, very great character development. This very good storytelling, and I thought this was and it had a very perfect ending. I thought it was because like I said, Scream was meant to be a trilogy. In my honest opinion, it should have been left that way. I do like Scream 4 because a lot of people like Scream 4 and a lot of people hate Scream 4. There's even some people that like Scream 4 better than Scream 3, but yeah, like I said, this is. But like I said, this movie deserves a lot of appreciation, and this movie deserves a lot of respect, and this deserves a lot of credit because it really is a good film with a very good ending. Anyway, comment down below in the comment section. Tell me what you thought about Scream 3, what you liked about it, and I will be back here later to do my recap and review of Scream 4. Anyway, you stay classy, live long and prosper. Peace out.